1 health. There's 2 kicks to the nut. Too many Estus shards used up already. Gee, you sure did take a lot of damage. I don't know why that parry didn't work, because that felt just as good as the other parries. That felt just as good as the other parries, that one. Neck got me on that one. That was a good neck shot. If that was more realistic, his neck would have gone through the rungs of the ladder. No, Gullis. No. I'm almost tempted to load up Dark Souls 1 and go find Havel and show you the fucking difference. I'm getting a bit RNG'd here at the moment. That guy just jumped off the cliff. Like, you know they put these creatures where they are right now just to be extra fucking annoying to people that get stuck on Havel, don't you? There's no coincidence that that little dog thing is sat literally right next to the fucking ladder, whilst there's a guy that throws homing missile fireballs. So regardless of whether you're moving up or away from them, they still home in on you. There's no fucking coincidence. They do this stuff just to fuck you over. That isn't fair. There's nothing fair about that shit. I don't know if you have read my message, but if you lock on to enemy, you can shoot without aiming. I mean, let's give it a whirl, shall we? I can't lock on from here, so I have to be pretty close. Gregario, thank you there for the sub. It doesn't really... I still do better when I'm actually manually aiming. I feel when I'm locked on, I am literally gimped by being frozen in spot, and I have to move with the way the game camera angles force me to move. When I'm able to just flow around, I can manipulate how my character attacks and still clip him, while still being able to be in a motion where I can move. Basically what I'm saying is, lock-on doesn't work very well for me. It feels like it actually hampers me more than it helps me. Regardless of whether you go, yes, it helps you get auto shots, that's fine, that's all well and dandy, but if it means I just get hit more easily, that's not doing me any favours in the long run. We each have our own way of playing, and for me personally, lock-on sucks dick, so I'm not basically planning to use lock-on unless I feel there's an absolute necessity to put it in there. I don't know if you can parry that attack. I wouldn't have thought you can parry one where he jumps at you anyway. Nah, no parries allowed here, bro. It's one hand, so I think you can. I think if he does a jump in frost attack like that, I can't imagine the parry animation correctly working. I have tried resin, yeah, at the start. See, that was a parry, and that did not go through. That was 100% parry. Good. I took off 1/10 of his health, if I'm lucky. No. Tried to time it, but I think I was too early. I'm not sure if you can parry the giant... it's still one-handed, so theoretically I guess you should be able to. I just don't like it when it's one rule for some and another rule for others. Like, Havel is not behaving like Havel would fucking behave in the previous Dark Souls games. He's close in terms of his mannerisms, but he's got like 6,000,000% more health. It's like, no, Havel did not have this much fucking health in the previous ones. This guy has come back, eaten Havel, shat out another Havel, and then eaten that shit to become the ultimate fucking Havel. I still took damage on that parry! Fuck you, Dark Souls 3 parry system. Seriously, did you see that? That's a fucking parry and I still take damage on it. This game is so fucking shit. Like, what the fuck? I still took fucking damage! What the fuck? I probably did more damage than actually parrying, just doing 2 slices. Damage in the bag. Prepare to get one shot in a moment. See, for example, that's why I don't use lock-on, because I can do angled slices and still have freedom of my character. That's why I don't use lock-on. That was a bit close. Trying to wait for him to run out of stamina, but he doesn't seem to be running out of stamina. That's 2 big hits. Right, you can't have much stamina after that. There we go. Out of stamina. Oh, fucking hell. You're never asked. What What the fuck? Stamina bar of a fucking dragon, this guy. You literally must have 0 stamina. He's not... There we go. How many hits was that to get him staggered? Like 3 hits in a row. Fuck this game. Fuck you, Havel. That is not the Havel I remember. Hashtag Dark Souls 1 Havel. Fucking Dark Souls 3 fucking piece of shit. Right, I'm getting ready for this fucking weapon to fucking one-shot everything. Not my fucking Dark Souls. Hashtag not my Dark Souls. Maybe it's time to respec back to strength to reap the benefits. Doesn't have... I swear it used to attack more top-down, but... This should be better than Force. Especially when upgraded. Like, surely... Fort can't keep competing versus the Dragon Tooth. It's going to have longer range as well. Like, it's already C attribute bonus when it hasn't even been upgraded. So, if that gets upgraded, that should scale insanely. So, I guess I'll stick with the two-hand Carthus until I can upgrade Dragon Tooth enough times and then swap back to strength. But yeah, as I was saying, fuck Dark Souls. Not Dark Souls 1 and 2, sorry. Those games are good. Dark Souls 3 though. Dragon Tooth needs other materials to upgrade it. I think it needs dragon scales. Well, this guy's got plenty of dragon scales. Let's just chip some off of him. Hey Krauser, I know that you've been against me the whole time on this, so it doesn't surprise me to see you are the one person that opposes Dark Souls 2. I think Dark Souls 2 is the best game out of all of them, actually. Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2 are like super close, but different in their own ways. Dark Souls 2 just basically perfects a lot of the stuff that Dark Souls 1 did fucking wrong. Which like ridiculous long travel times. Like 6 miles before the next bonfire and stuff like that. Not you as well, Gullis. Hashtag not my Gullis. Who is this Gullis in the chat? Yeah, I've looked it up. It needs Titanite scales. Okay, thank you, Tillum. Shall we see if we've got any Titanite scales? That's my guys. We've got Titanite shard. Large chunks. Twinkling Titanite. Wait, we've got Titanite scales. You want scales? I got scales. Although, to be fair, that's probably only enough to upgrade it like 4 times. Hashtag Dark Souls 3 best. You and me are going to have words, Gullis, honestly. Are you one of those gamers that just, like, enjoys things that look prettier? Because maybe that's where you're coming from? You might be one of those guys that prefers graphics over, you know, content and quality. I've always been... I could play the shittest looking graphics in the world, but the gameplay is good. I'll be more than satisfied. I would take gameplay 10 million times out of 10 million over any flashy looking gameplay. Dong. Dong. I'm surprised I can't open up this gate, actually. You need 15 and a slab for the maximum upgrade. Really? Oh, is that what... for one upgrade or in total? I imagine you're going to say that's for, like, the ultimate upgrade needs 15 of them and a slab. Or is it total? Because if that's total, that's cheap. Dark Souls 3 butchered everything that was good about Dark Souls 1 and 2. Whilst trying to be as close to Dark Souls 1 and 2 and copy it in so many ways, it actually ended up bastardizing it, in my opinion, from my experience of playing this. I know people are going to say, why is he playing it then? I still enjoy it just enough, because it's still I'm enjoying the exploring of it and stuff like that as well. I think it's cool. But the gameplay in comparison, after having played Dark Souls 1 4 times and beaten it 4 times, and Dark Souls 2 twice, I can quite easily say with that experience that I really don't fucking like how this plays in comparison. Like, it doesn't reward you at all. You don't... Like, it's not so much it doesn't reward... It's more the case that I want to fucking use different weapons. I want to use different styles, but... No. Fuck you, it says. Fuck you. You just can't, like, identify your character very well in this game. You just get gear and stuff like that, but does it really mean anything? Does it really? If you have the Dragon Chaser Ashes, you can buy a Titanite Scale for 20,000 souls. Hmm. Blade of Darkness. Alright, Alec. No, Gullis, you're wrong. Different strokes for different folks. What I take from that, Gullis, is that you admit that you're wrong, and that I am right. I'm never wrong, he says, except for this time. You just screwed up. Every single day of your life, you have been right up until this very moment, and this very minute, when you just said what you just said. You just screwed up, bro. You're basically like the equivalent of that Havel fight. 99 times you're right, and then the one time you're wrong, pff, KO. GG, I win. Who keeps ringing that fucking bell? I need to go that way, don't I? But I've already been that way. That leads to Havel. This is where I've already come from, I assume, because I've rung that bell. So what are we doing in life? I wish... this is where I've already been. So I just don't know anymore. Strange looking dog creatures. No. That's alright, actually. I don't even care. Just bring me back to the graveyard. I just want to find out where I'm supposed to go next. I don't even care about those souls now. So that way doesn't lead anywhere, at least it didn't. That way just leads back. So where the hell do you go? Unless I just ring the bell again. Like, you're supposed to go forwards, I think, but I don't see anywhere that leads to it, other than just jump into your death. That's why I went that way, to try to lead forward to wherever that is, but... Oh. Fucking Dark Souls logic. Fuck this game. Seriously. Fuck this game. That was so fucking obvious. Nice weapon. I wonder how far you can go before it throws you off the cliff. Yeah, invisible wall. Oh good, another boss that I'm doing 0 damage to. He just basically one-shots me. Look at the damage I did, that was 2 hits. What the fuck is wrong with this game? Remind me to never play Dark Souls 3 ever again. No, you've still got to do a pyromancy run. It's time to start getting the bow again. It's done me so much. It's done so well for me in the past. Almost as much damage as my weapon. Makes no sense. I'm gonna just complete the rest of Dark Souls. With a bow. You're right, he does take extra damage to the head. So maybe the bow is the way to go. Just get a headshots. That bow does basically almost as much damage as my giant 2-hand sword, which is pretty much actually more upgraded than my bow is, I'm sure. Or almost as much. No, it's at least more upgraded, if not the same. Freaking Legolas over here. What do you mean it's cheesing again? Does this look easy to fucking kill things with a bow? There's a reason why most people don't do it. I just seem to be good at it. It's going to be difficult though getting the headshots, I'll give you that. It's that cowboy music. Come here. I think I'm going into his fire, but never mind. I don't know what I'm doing. Where's your head? Where's your head at?
so hard to see what the hell is going on. Yes! Dark Souls 3 best game? Kappa?
Oh man. 4 strength, 4 stam, leather belt. Level 18. Ow, that hurts. That's a lot of fire. So close. The fire one's a bit hard. Oh! Fuck you, Dark Souls 3. Fuck you. Fuck you. Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls 2. Best game. Well, as long as if I have to come back to this boss fight, I don't have to do the dragon bit again. And we can just fight first as this guy. Because I've got 0 Estus flasks. So I don't think I'm going to do too well here. We'll find out. It will suck if I've got to do the dragon bit again. Because that was really tedious, to be honest with you. You have to do the dragon every time. Really? That is pretty tedious. It was funny the first time, but it's not going to be like fun every other time afterwards. Dear God, how the hell did you resurrect? You should be dead. I can't tell if it was the dragon's head that hit me or his spear. I didn't feel like either of those hit me. I need to just hit him in the head, yeah. I'm not going to bother doing the bow again versus that. That was fun, but it's not going to be fun every time, like I say. It's just tedious at this point. I feel like I earned the win. But of course, in Dark Souls 3 fashion, it doesn't give a shit about you earning stuff. Just let me get his head. Come on, let me hit his head. Stop being a bitch. Where's his head? Right, now. Now he's got to land at some point. Give me his head. Motherfucker! Where's your head? That fire bit's bullshit. First phase is much easier than the second phase. The second phase reminds me of an UFA party game. I think you should start off on the second phase, to be honest. Once you've done the first bit. Because it essentially means that you've got to fight. Imagine having to fight trash every single time. This is what this feels like now. You've got to go through the trash before you can get to the boss. God, the sword hit nothing there. Fucking... His neck is right there! Slice it, you prick! You just gotta hope that your sword animation can reach his neck. LOL! Do you want me to use the fucking sword? I've never fucking used a sword in my life, but I'll be better at it than you would. Give me your fucking neck. I might need a different weapon. This is fucking painful. I still got caught by the fire, even though I was in full sprint. Bro. Bro. What are you doing to me? Nah, it's not that bad, but it's like, it's not too thrilling either. Let me fight this guy. He seems to have more of an agenda than a screeching bird. You pussy. One hit, boys. One hit. Yeah, that's greedy. I don't really know what his moveset is, so I should actually dodge more until I've worked it out. Rather than trying to get so many hits in. Now we've got to fight Screech again. Do you see what I mean about the dragon being annoying now at this point? It's just trash that's in the way of the actual real boss fight. You can't even rush it either because it keeps going up into the sky, so you've got to wait until you can attack it again. There are worse fights. Yeah, but it doesn't have to be bad in the first place, does it? so far I've done 0 damage after about 25 seconds. Yeah. Do. Yeah, this is going to be real tedious. This is. I actually rolled there, but never mind. Give me your head, you prick. Even just that one hit, it moved his head away. Just before it could reach. Do you have a Dragon Slayer Great Bow? I don't think I do. I don't remember even picking one up. Because I don't think I sold. Don't know why I got a shield on. I'm not blocking anything. Was be my favourite boss fight so far. I don't think I have one in Dark Souls 3. Fuck my life. Fuck my life. I've had an absolute kind of a day. Everything that could go did go wrong, and if I was to believe so, that's why I'm writing this song. I had an absolute kind of a day. Started with a farting day. It started with a fart, but I shit myself instead. My fucking missus is going to fucking hell. An absolute kind of a day. Happy feet. Here goes the fire. Roll, roll, roll your boat gently. Oh, it wasn't fire. It was just spazzing out. I just hit nothing there. Literally. Even though my sword went through his fucking neck. That's my favourite part about Dark Souls 3. This is so stupid. I told you, I knew the moment that you said in chat that you would have to keep fighting the boss. I knew it was going to be insanely tedious. Dark Souls fights. That's what they wanted. They wanted them to be tedious.
I think I'm done now. I think I'm done. I might need a break a while from this.
Is there a cheat? Just insert cheat. Just kill the first phase, and then I can actually do the proper fight.